Hi, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Bramble Fox using items from the December Fox box. So I'm working with the exclusive shine frame you can see on the right over there, as well as a couple of other bits, and also Fox cut number 26. So I've pulled out Echo Park's Winter Magic collection again from last year. I love the pattern papers in this collection, and I just love how white perspectives look with it. It just makes them look really crisp and clean, just really pretty. So I've pulled out several of the patterned papers and I'm just kind of tearing them, almost trying to make sort of a landscape scene, kind of like hills or mountains of snowy patterned papers if you like. And I'm just going to have several layers going across the centre of my page horizontally, and I'm tearing those and distressing them with an edge distresser just to bring loads of texture and a bit of layering into the page. As you can see, I'm trying to bring in different shades of papers, so I want some lighter ones and some darker ones, and I'm trying to alternate those, and again alternating kind of more solid papers and more heavily patterned papers. I don't want it to look too busy, but I just want to have that kind of scene going on. And at the moment I'm not too sure whether I'm going to have this right at the bottom of my page or kind of more in the centre. I'm going to have a play with it once I've got them all stuck together and see how I feel. So I've got all those layers together now and I'm happy with how that's looking. The bottom is a little bit kind of too straight, so I'm just distressing that to bring a bit of texture in. And I've got this white pom-pom trim that I'm going to have underneath it, just for another bit of sort of texture on the page. And it kind of reminds me of snow. I love this stuff. So I've just put some red tape on the back and I'm just getting the trim stuck down so that you can't see the actual trim part, you can just see the kind of pom-poms hanging down. And I think I'm going to have it slightly up from the bottom of my page, so not sitting along the bottom as I initially thought I would. And I've just marked with a pencil roughly where that's going to sit, and then I'm bringing in this Fox Cut 26 stencil and I'm going to add some snowflakes. And I love this stencil, you get different sized snowflakes and different kind of designs as well, and you also get the kind of negative off-cut parts that you can see over on the left there, which I've used on a previous layout. So loads of different ways you can use this stencil. I'm using it on this layout with a distress ink that is tumbled glass. It's quite a pale blue, and I'm using one of the smaller snowflakes and then kind of the medium sized ones, two of the like really detailed ones, and just having varying shapes and sizes around that kind of cluster that I've got of patterned papers in the middle. Kind of want it to look like the snowflakes are falling down the back of the page through those layers of papers. And then I'm also coming in with some splatters in the same colour. So I've just watered that ink down on a bit of Bramble Fox packaging and just used a paintbrush to splatter that on. And I'm using my paper towel to just mop up the excess there, and I'm going to bring in some silver splatters as well, because I think silver goes really well with lovely sort of crisp wintry layouts. And this is a distress stain spray in brushed pewter, and it's a silver kind of metallic, so it's really shiny. So I've just added some splatters of that as well, just directly from the bottle. So I love how this is looking, and I've used some of my favourite pattern papers from this collection, so loving it even more. I've decided I'm going to have my photo in that exclusive frame. So this frame is exclusive to the December Fox box, so that won't be available in the store. That is a perk for subscribers only. And I'm going to have that with my photo behind it over on the right hand side. And I decided I needed something at the top, kind of like a sky for those snowflakes to be falling down from. And I had just a couple of bits of torn papers on my desk from when I'd used the papers to make those strips. So I've just added a couple of those up the top. You can't really see it here, but you'll see it when I pull my layout down in a minute. So it kind of looks like now that those snowflakes are falling down from the sky. And I've added a couple of the little kind of tabby perspectives that you get in the Fox box. So one says wishes and one says magic, and I thought they worked really well. We don't often get snow where I live. It's very cold and very windy, but we don't often get snow, and last year we did, so it was very magical. So I loved like the wishes and the magic, because we do spend the whole winter wishing for snow, and it really was magical when it came. It just came from nowhere, and we had probably about a foot of snow within a couple of hours. It didn't last long, it melted really quick, but we got out pretty quickly in our hats, gloves and scarves, and had some fun. So I'm just going to have those perspectives kind of sitting on my background. I think they do end up moving slightly from where they are now, but I'm just using some of the stickers from that Winter Magic collection. I'm adding them to white cardstock just to make them a bit more sturdy, because I don't want them sitting flat on my layout. I'm going to have them kind of tucking in between those paper layers there, just to kind of work on that kind of idea of having a landscape scene on the page. So I've cut a little snowman out, and I'm currently cutting out a reindeer. I've used the word snow as well. It's going to act as part of my title. I'm going to add some alphabet stickers under that to make it snow day, and also cutting out some trees there. Now this sticker sheet, you can just see it on the left there. There's an outline of a tree there that I've already used the tree, and I've got two sticker sheets and I've used them both, which I was really gutted about. So I'm going to use that kind of negative part of the sticker sheet as a template, and I'm going to put some talcum powder on the back so that it's not sticky anymore, and I can sort of move it around on pattern papers. And I'm going to use that as a template to draw around so that I can create myself some trees of that size and shape. I'm just using a white gel pen on the back of the paper I want. Just going to add two of those, and then I'm going to staple them together and just sort of bend the top one up a bit, just to bring in a bit of texture and dimension. And I love using staples on a layout. It's kind of a very boyish thing, I think, to do. And I'm not fussed that it shows. I really do like staples on a page. So I'm just going to staple those right down the centre. And then I can, you'll see in a minute, bend those leaves up a little bit and just kind of make it 3D. It looks a bit more realistic. So I'm really liking how this is coming together, and I just took a quick break there to get everything stuck in place. A couple of things might have moved ever so slightly. I think those two tab perspectives with the words on have moved slightly, but everything else has stayed put. There's no need to sit here watching me stick everything down. I've used foam pads behind a lot of it to bring in a bit of dimension, and I'm using some snowflakes there. I've just stuck those down, kind of cascading down from the top. Those are from the snowflake set in the store, so they are available for anybody to buy. You don't need to be a Foxbox subscriber for those ones. But I've just added 3 of those. Gorgeous. That large one there is a lovely mirrored blue acrylic, really pretty. And then the other 2 are more of a kind of minty, really pale minty frosty colour. And I love that you get a variation of colours and sizes and designs in that pack, so they'll work on loads of different winter projects. So I've put 3 of them on this page, and I've stuck them down with glossy accents. And then those little tabs, I've just threaded some embroidery floss through them. I've gone for a dark navy for a bit of contrast against that crisp white acrylic. And then I've got those stuck down as well with glossy accents, and the same with my photo in that frame. And I've just pulled in some little tiny alphabet stickers. I think they were by Pink Fresh Studio, just for the word day there to complete my title. And I've added another little snowman sticker onto the right there. just felt like I needed something on that side, and he's looking in towards the page, so he works quite well. And then I'm just adding a final few snowflakes using that Fox Cut 26, just to fill in some areas. I like to have things sort of symmetrical, and I get a bit OCD with things if there's too much of an area with nothing in it. So I've just filled in a few spaces with some more of those gorgeous snowflakes, using that tumbled glass ink again. And then I'm just finishing off with some splatters. I've got blue splatters and silver again, just all around my kind of sky. And then I'm going to come in with my white gesso, water that down and add some splatters over the centre part of my layout, so where all those pattern paper layers are, just to kind of look like snow. And that will be my layout finished. So the close-ups are on their way. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this layout and it's given you some inspiration using the bits from your Foxbox and the store. Don't forget, if you are a Foxbox subscriber, you can get a discount on everything else in the store. So as well as getting those exclusives in your box every month, you also get discounts on everything else. So well worth looking into subscribing. I'll pop a link in the description box below for you to the subscription page, and also to the Bramble Fox Friends Facebook group. You can head over and join us. But thanks again for watching. I'll leave you with the rest of the close-ups, and I'll see you next time.